in 2013 by 3 architects who flew from Korea to Cambridge today. 승재한, 양규한, 한진윤. I think it's okay. The 3 principals first met while they were working at EMT. Okay, let me just organize some cards. Yeah, you can just. I think that this room is packed like this. This is my first the stage room like this. Yeah, but yeah. So they met while working at EMP Partners, a large Seoul-based architecture firm, and then their shared desire to express their passion in architecture and do something their own, find their design identity, led them to establish 푸하하하 Friends in 2013. So they're have become known for their playful yet thoughtful design philosophy, consistently experimenting with unconventional design approaches. So I'm really glad to share their projects and their insights, their thoughts behind the design outcomes that were shown to the public today. So today, 3 principals outside of this classroom will share 4 of their projects, including around office building and their latest work, thisisneverthat office building in Seoul. So these projects will showcase the lively dialogue within their studio, reflecting their thoughts on what architecture can be and what architecture should be in each project. So we're gonna first watch the video that they prepared, and let's get started.
Crazy about that. How people live in
Ah, uh, we are 푸하하하 Friends, architects from Korea and especially based in Seoul. Thank you for invite us to this intelligent world. Yeah. I will have a seat and continue the presentation. Before I want to introduce my friends. We three are the co-founders and boss of the company at the same time. I am 한승재, 한영규, I'm 한진, and one more person who was not in the video will be together. The student over here, Yu Jungmin. Actually, we visit from the University of Buffalo, so there was another schedule over here. But Yang was, of course, we are not that English, but he is worst. So we thanks to help to Jungmin and copied Yang to him. Actually, at the presentation, he just he just had the role of the kind of translation of Yang, but in terms there were times that we been together and we had lots of conversations, so he evolved himself. So maybe he will give more comment than we want. Yes, he told he got some suspicious thing about us, and he's gonna ask us some more details of the project or our company. So I will continue sitting and we will give from the beginning and till now we will present our work and our careers, but that will be about 1.5 hours, and 3 buildings will be presented. No way. 2 pages, no. 2 pages, no. 1 page. The demo presentation is a lost piece. A critic from Korea has give a comment about us. Especially he had a look of a building we designed. It feels like I found a piece in the city. What have to be in there. I love the sentence. So I think the lost piece is not only the story of us. I think all of you guys will doing some kind of work. They're finding a piece of the city or a piece of something. So we are people have lost lots of things. So just I want you have the interpretation about our work and what they lost and what they are finding. I think that is what we are gonna talk about today. Actually, that is me. The center is Yanggyu. This is Hanjin. Initially, we became well known by people as very funny people. Because we uploaded some pictures and press boost post very often. Yeah, when everybody was in Facebook, that really worked. So since we are architect, it looks so fresh to people. Even there was not of the result kind of work we finished yet. We were very positive in very positive stance. Positive. We had positive attitude, and we think we made people fun. make people fun, yeah. But the purpose is not to make a fun of it. It's actually we are very serious architects. So there was another critic about us. The seriousness and the funny can go together. Yeah, of course, absolutely. So we are trying. We just not want to be seen as some specific way to people. To say again, I want to pretend something in work and by myself. I want to show people, I want to show myself as itself, and I want to reflect the city as itself and reflect the social phenomena and all the buildings. So in that way, we every time we concentrate on this kind of the stance, that is why we sometimes we can fun and we can serious. This is the resignation. When we used to we meet in same company, the name of DMP partners, the Korean architectural firm, with some not small company. We three met as the staffs of the company, and after 3 years of Korea, me and Hanjin, and after 5 years of Korea, Yanggyu, we quit our company, and this is the resignation. When we submit the paper to the boss looks so happy, and he returned the message, not a resignation, but a registration. In Korea, there is a little bit different, but I just show you this amazing punchline. 사표, we submit the 사표, but he returned the 출사표. That is a kind of punchline. But we didn't expect it that some clients at all. It isn't very difficult to get a new client without any work have done before. So we collected furnitures and made the office nice and just spending time here and there. This is our first project. We made the obsessible dress, and we made some spacious pocket t-shirts, and we sell it free market. Of course, all of these kind of project has uploaded in Facebook, and we click the boost post. But this is what I discovered while I am preparing this presentation. I thought this is kind of the long stories ago, but I found out it is still going on. This is the interior work. We finished it recently. We used the thread and needles. Yeah. Oh, I always confuse that word. Yeah, thread and needles. And we made a display wall with fabric. And we invited to the, I don't know the name. That is not important because it's not important at all. So the festival for young designers, kind of designers show, inviting lots of students, and they take a look about the booth, and this is the booth they gave us. So rather than we make some kind of installations inside, we moved our office to there. This is kind of the very small, same size booth, so we can put everything inside here. I'll show you the details. You know, this is not real in Korea. And this is the picture of the son of him. We so astonished as he was born. He looked so adult. Yeah, this is the picture of him, not very far from his birth. Yeah. And we launched the project, I Will Draw Your Home. Since there is no client to us, so we choose to find the client by ourselves. So the name of this home is a house of differentiation. We found out that people have no understandings of home at all. You might know or not. Many Koreans are living in apartments. Here's lots of Korean students, but most of they would have they have lived in very same plan in house. So when we launched this project, I asked the clients, the virtual clients, or someone who will be clients and students, I asked them, what kind of house do you want? The returning answer was almost the number of the room, or the size of the house, or kind of location of the house. I love Hongdae, I love Mapo, Yeonidong. Yeah. So we realized that the fact we realized was that people have no chances to meet architects. It's so funny that we saw and we have a conversation with lots of professionals. When we are sick, we meet doctor. When we rent a house, we go to real estate agents. But when do we meet architects? That is why people have no ideas about home at all. So the goal of this project was to expand or break their kind of ideas about home. So the project came to close much more than close to the counseling, much more than consulting. The therapist, yeah, I asked the person about home, about your life, what you like, what you hate. So even they don't say anything, we draw anything, and then people say something about. For example, if you have no idea about home you want to live, where do you want to die at? That was the question. And everything can be the house at that point. So this house is a house of differentiation was a person about who wants lots of storages in house. To live in house, the storage, place for storage is very big problems to everybody, especially to the person who work in the home, or I don't know what to say. Housewife is not good word, isn't it? Sorry, my English is not updated from the 90s. Yes, especially people work in house very a lot. They are very sensitive about the storages, but many architects miss this. But these people, this person talk about how a house has lots of storages. So we made rectangles for storages and made the rectangles again to the limit. So this plan, this drawing expanded our ideas to where can we store to? What is the smallest stuff in house? The ring, or the earring or ring, or the tear? What can people store? So that made people think about something. And how big would you store in house? Do you have elephant? And do you have a car? We sent we talk, or we asked the question. Sorry, it's been about 1 week in America. The beginning of US, my English was pretty good. So it was beginning. It's a, yeah. Almost. Yeah, I used almost. Yeah. Maybe this is my last part. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I love her big smile. Yeah, outside of the paper. Mm. When he asked her, "What home do you want?" she told, "This is not official lecture, so I can say F word, maybe. The fucking big word, the fucking big house was what she want. Literally. Yeah. So he drew the rectangle in paper. She told, "I want much bigger than this." So he drew. This is the rectangle he drew again. But she told, "I need much bigger than this." So he texted here. House the big as fuck. Fuck. Yeah. And she really satisfied at that time. We didn't try to show some nice notion or nice insight of a house at all. That became some kind of the conversation of understanding each other. And it's so funny that text works. Yeah, that was very small event, but we realized that sometimes text work and text is the end of the work sometimes. And she was very complex person. She told she want to hide from others, but she wanted to uncovered by people at the same time. But I told she's very complex, but you and me and everybody knows it's the problem of everybody. We want to be hide from anybody, any other persons, but at the same time we want to be uncovered. That is why we go street and go party, go parties, and we don't answer some call. We don't answer the phone. We don't. We hesitate to check the messages at phone sometimes. So she directly talk about the distance among people. So I designed the maze the plan that people can find her easily, but I made the plan on curved plates. That means people can see her from very long distance directly. Oh, she's there. But when someone tries to approach to her, he may not find her because he will be trapped in maze. I found out something again that was very funny drawings before, but this is the project we finished it about 7 years ago in Seoul, Yeonidong. There is kind of very there is that is a village that have with a very long stories, long histories. There is lots of households and many single detached house, and the density is very high. So every house surrounding facing each windows together. So for the sunlight, after even we make the windows on facade, most of time people that cover the curtain, cut the. Sorry, I want to speak English very perfectly. Yeah, close the curtain most of the time. So I made some kind of this wall. Yeah, that wall looks like a building, but actually it is wall and building at the same time. And what is because inside of wall is house too. I think about the separations and united. I will tell again. I've been thinking about the boundaries always as an architect. Making boundary is very easy way always to separate among people. To build a wall and make a small door is very easy way to separating people. But I used to think that is very so depressed. I mean, when people close the door, it seems like he doesn't like me. When people open the door, it feel like you can come here anytime you want. this small polywood door tells everything that controls among people. I think that is very interesting, but I think we can do much more than it as an architect. So I made just kind of some ambiguous space between private and public. So I told you this is wall. Actually, this is house at the same time. This is the sky, but this is someone's sky. The sky I have. This is the structure, and between structure and between house, there can be nature too. I made this kind of gap between home and walls. I try to absorb the city to the house. This is the Yeonhee-dong district, but people used to think the home is nothing to do with the village they are belonging to, because there is big door in my room. We are so separated from the city. But my idea was make it continue the street to the home. So the sky continues, the land continues, and through this, the slit windows, the scenery of the outside come inside of home, and there is a bridge. It's like I working in the village. Like when I go to adult's room, I have to cross the bridge. The bridge is between two walls, and between two walls can be the stairway. So separating way was there is very various way to separate people and control the distance of people. So at last, we can find a place they can gather together. So this is what I found out. That was just kind of funny drawings, but I realized these drawings one day, and this is our first project, the 흑담, the ground wall. I told that there is no getting chance to build a new house to young architecture very difficult, but actually we had some sponsor, his mother. He looks like some homeless person, but very shiny, but I saw his mother driving the Japanese car. Yeah. She told him build a house and build a restaurant together. So this part of building is restaurant, and this floor, this mess is house. Actually, it is. I always hesitate to introduce this project of ours, because he chose lots of factors of house. He is not his daddy. He is a guru. I don't know where he came from, but we made 3 different types of the designs to show her, but he came up from somewhere from the mountain, and he fixed lots of factors about houses. The location should be here. If you feel first floor, if you feel ground floor, there will be big fire. Just leave your first floor empty. Yes, and between two buildings, the lucky comes from here. This is money line. So what? Look at his face. We didn't say about bad word, because the client was his mother. So
at the moment, my mom told us that it is my last wishes, just you to as he wants exactly.
yeah,
So yes, we followed him.
yeah. And so he was boss and we was staffs at the time. But
My mom's last wishes. Yeah.
yeah, she is still healthy for this house. But she lost lots of the money for this house. But health was very important. Yeah. And another happening was the episode was the what happened the almost the end of the construction. The finishing of the floor was designed to polish it concrete, but one day we found out when he was actually in the scene, but he found out one day that there was the stamps or footprints of the cats. So it's because it was his mommy's house. It was very dangerous to say, "Mom, we have to do this work again." So rather than we changed the plan. After cement machines trolling, make a cat waiting less than 3.2 kilometers past through walls. And of course, we posted it, and many people leave a comment. How was he? Oh, no problem. His skin, he has a gray color already. There's no difference between before and after. Um, how much did you pay him? About $100 and a small piece of fishes. He was really satisfied. So this kind of fairy stories continues after the post. And this was the interior work. We finished it. Actually, we have been well known as an architects, not architects, as an interior designer at first. This was very successful project. That was the project came from the idea of the boundaries also. The tables and chair was kind of the definitions, was kind of the boundary to me. I can cross the table when I am cafe. I love the small talk culture in America. There are chances to make a communication with other people. But in Korea, people are very shy. So when there is beautiful women, when you take a glimpse, it is all I can do. I can talk and I can do anything, even to some other person. So I thought there is a problem of the boundaries. Yes, if get need of tables and chairs from the cafe, and if we don't pick the place where you have to sit on, and I expected the people can do something very naturally, and this person and this person could be friends, and this person and this person could be friends. This is kind of test of communication. So I thought that works very well. And after some kind of the interior works, our portfolio the Facebook has begun to filled with architectural work. This is the house before, and this is after. Very small house, but we posted it as the house has grown. Yeah. Maybe I would be very good if I was a copywriter. This is the one of the most significant building that we designed, and he will explain about here.
Oh, where are you going? Are you leaving? Oh, it's I just start.
I want to tell you something. There are special position to us. I speak English when I stand up. That is why I don't speak English very well today. He speak English when he look like this nice shape. Yeah.
Yes, we tested a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is the one of our project called Around. The Around is not only the project name, but also the name of the magazine published by clients. The Around magazines, the focus is on the daily lives of individual living in the city. And it is the feed of a lot of stories about the various perspectives of personal stories. The interesting point is that when individual stories come together in single book, relationships that begin to form between the texts, right? Oh yes, yeah, I think so. Yes. So we decided to start a project from this point. So I think it might create a unique buildings of connection between individuals and their surroundings. So this is why we named the project Around. Okay, this is Mapo, the location of the Seoul, in Seoul. Literally, the most people prefer square and well-organized site like here, right? But as a result, the most cities are developed like this, I think. Area right here. However, in the process of the urban development, it's irregular or fragmented sites of emerge. Okay. As you can see here, so there's a railway track called the Gyeongnisan, the passing through. The Gyeongnisan was built in 1940s. So, and it transformed some of the rectangular sites into irregularly shaped passes like this, as you can see. It was the rectangular site, but it fragmented after the construction of the Gyeongnisan. I think this is the hidden side of the development. Basically, developers tend to avoid such sites because they might not connect to the big roads, main roads, or they sometimes looks very long, and or simply looks ugly. Yes. So our site is here. It's a very small and ugly piece of land that has been abandoned by developers. If ordinary people were to buy a land in Seoul, these types of sites they would afford, I think. So, and they give a project to us, like very small studios. So I think this is another opportunity to us. So this is why we are interested in this type of the site. This small house was our site. There's always a certain pain in demolishing an existing structure to make something new. Always. Even it's a very small house on a small piece of land, but I feel like I become a freelance. Do you understand me? Oh, 100%? Yes. I think we become a freelance after graduate. I think. Yes. Actually, one of my team members used to say, "Hey, boss, we are going to hell for this." So then I replied him, "Don't worry, Jerry. We probably with a lot of architecture friends in the hell. Maybe we are not lonely." So maybe I'm gonna struggle with this for the rest of my life as architect. And you. As you can see, the house was located a corner and had become a gathering spot for all the people in the neighborhood. I don't know why they are always sitting here. It looks very dangerous. Absolutely, they sit in the behind the yellow line. Yeah, but actually, maybe I went to there about 10 times before demolishing, but they are always sitting there. Okay. And they are very curious. They look like very curious. Who is it? Why he is here? I never talked about this person to them. So, but anyway, so even I believe that even with new buildings, the ground level should be the space where people can gather. So across the site here was a railway 경의선, as I mentioned it. The train tracks were laid on top of the hill. So only the sound of trains passing can be heard, but the trains themselves are not visible. So it's a very weird situation. We can hear about the train's sounds every 5 minutes, but we can't see that. Then, so I became curious. So I asked myself and my colleague, so can this kind of artificial hill, so called nature? So what do you think? It was made by 80 years ago. So for the train, is it the nature? Do we have to keep this?
No.
Oh yeah, yes, yes. Oh no way! It's just artificial something. Yes, it is not nature. So I decide there would be no single window to face in that direction. Yes.
A professor of University of Buffalo, I don't know her name, but some professor answered it is landscape.
Yes, I'm so surprised.
That
Oh,
was
yes.
there.
Yes. Oh yes, it was landscape. Yeah. Actually, we have to keep this and we have to watching this. Yeah. Anyway, okay. The concept was very simple. I imagine a building leaning against the hill. It's often true that the buildings are formed by architecture intentions, right? But however, sometimes the forms are not created, but rather discovered. So I wanted to discover a form that You click allow. Oh, right. Okay. So I wanted to discover a form that displays just like the lost piece is the title of the puzzle. So of course, I also think about the program and zoning and circulations and everything, but those are issues that can be resolved anyway, you know. So yes, this photo is artwork of an artist from South Korea. Actually, I remember his name, but I totally forgot. So I couldn't write his names, but it can be a problem. Maybe I didn't write his name. Maybe yeah.
We tried that as we can do.
Yes, yes, we tried to find it, but we couldn't find his name. So anyway, bricks that it should be standing upright, right? But these are lying against the wall like this. Actually, maybe we couldn't call the bricks because they didn't work their works. So anyway, this image gave me some inspiration. So I stacked the 3 floors of office, and then the 3 floors residential. So here, and then it looks like leaning them against the wall like this. It is a very conceptual sketches at first time, and this is true. It looks like that facing the here, but no, they're leaning the here. The many people after this work, many people wonder why we choose the design with a triangular plan. So by allocating the front space, so for the parking, and putting the sunken area for the basement at the rear. Sorry about that. So all that remains was a triangular shape. Trim is trim?
Yeah, he trimmed the octagon to a triangle, and the last piece of triangle becomes parking lot.
I mean, trim. Guess.
I guess.
Sorry about that.
Ventilation.
What
Too much.
what
Trim in Korea.
how to put in English the above? Yeah. Because we drank the 뭐 마셨지? Okay, let's move on. Nothing important. Anyway, given that I plan to exclude the windows on the northern side here, as I mentioned it. So I need to make the most of the sunlight from the south. So each floor was stacked slightly offset from the one below to create skylights on every level. Yeah. So in that sense, I think the gaps and voice are more important than the form itself, like these images. Bam. From another angle, it appears to be a wall that is completely paper thin. Yes. Who said shit? Is it is it good or bad? Okay, thank you. I thought this shit is put. No? Okay. All right. Anyway, it means good. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I think we can you believe that if I said I never intended this scene, not even once in the designing, we just discovered afterwards. What the whole is Korean. It's not that word. Anyway, yes. And this is a ground level space, the gathering people. And this is a southern facade. There is a balconies here, and another area is all skylights. Yes, small balcony and all skylights. The building was designed with basement through the second floor as office space for their publishing company, and the third through the sixth floors residential area. Now it is totally changed. The people moved to another space. They moved the apartment. Yes, because maybe it was very hard to live to them. I don't believe it. Anyway, now is it the whole floor is the office for the publishing company. Yes. So the building, actually the one of the key features of the building is, I think, staircase. The building, this building does not have a vertical core. So maybe you can guess, how it works. The staircase, instead of the vertical core, the stairs are alternative across the three sides. They're reaching from the basement to the rooftop. I show you the plans. Yes, this is the plan of basement. It is the main structure of this building. And it started from here. That there is a staircase. Go up this way. And then the turn left here. And then they can pass through the gathering place like this. And turn left again and go up from here to the second floor. Second floor here, and go up the another go up to the third floor here, and this is the third floor. And then and the staircase can go up here, past the third floor to the fourth floor directly. It looks very difficult, right? But I'm very confusing. But even I designed this. Sometimes, So, yes, we arrived in sixth floor here. Yes. But this building was completed about 8 years ago, and when I went to here a few years ago again, and I was a little surprised because I never designed the window, as I mentioned. But when I stand very far from that building, maybe what is that? Because is that, are those the windows? They made the windows. They even didn't talk about me. Because I learned and I ran to the building and I found these images. It wasn't the windows. It's like the canvas. So they're using this facade about for canvas to their project. Okay, maybe I tossed this computer to the Yangyu for the next project.
Computer to the 정민.
Computer 정민.
저는 서서 할게요.
Uh,
정민과 함께하게 됐고요.
일단 먼저 설명할까요? So, hi, my name is Jungmin. I'm MR2 second year, and I'll be helping out Yang for his presentation today. For disclaimer, I'm not a professional translator, so I hope you guys could bear with me on this. And plus, I don't have the script, and I got the presentation PDF just like an hour ago. So I might be talking random things out, but it's going to be fine, I think. So the actual plan was to translate from the script that he was supposed to get me yesterday, and as you know how the things go, deadline never works. So given that I cannot translate without a script and he need a translator, we decided to do this in another way. So what we are going to do is Yangyu will be doing his presentation in his own words, Korean, and I'm going to say something about his project based on our conversation from yesterday. So my portion, will be some of general information about the project and some of my personal readings as well. Yeah, you can go on.
혹시 정민이 제가 못 알아듣는다고 험담을 하면 알려주세요. 끝나고 시작해 볼게요. 네, 이 프로젝트는 디스이즈네버댓 빌딩이고요, 오피스 빌딩이고요. 이 회사거든요. 저는 다 회사 옷밖에 없어요. 30% 할인을 해주거든요. 그래서 2018년부터 2024년까지 할인을 받고 있고요. 뭐 고어텍스 뭐 이렇게 콜라보레이션 이런 거 하면 좀
사드리는 편입니다.
Okay, so some overview of the building. We have built 2 office spaces for thisisneverthat. He only wears from thisisneverthat brand. They're getting 30% discount off this brand. Yeah, so that's going on. That's been going on for like 6 years. So the first project one was from 2018. It was a simple office space for about 30 people. This grew up to 100 people in the last 6 years, and also a lot of programs came in, such as stores, facilities, studio launch spaces for clients, and also storages.
이 정도면 제가 아무 말도 안 해도 되겠네. 사이트는 여기서 여기까지 46m, 그리고 여기서 여기까지 17.4m, 여기 한 18m이고요. 이쪽에 성수 고가도로가 있어서 이쪽에 메인 도로가 있고요. 이쪽에는 차가 2개 정도 지나가는 좁은 도로가 있어요.
Okay, so here you see on the screen is our land. 46 meters, 10 meters wide. We have a subway line that is going on at the above of the land. We have one narrow road here, about 2 cars that's going to fit.
보통 이제 오피스라고 하면은 코어를 보통 설계를 하게 되는데 한국에서는 특히 고정적으로 이런 사이트가 있을 때 센터 코어나 측면 코어를 생각하게 돼요. 근데 여기서 2가지가 마음에 걸렸는데, 한 가지는 보통 이렇게 2개를 만들면 둘이 싸워서 뭐가 좋은지 얘기를 하는데, 사실 여기에는 말도 안 되는 이야기가 있어요. 왜냐하면 센터 코어는 오피스가 2개로 나눠지죠. 근데 쟤는 하나로 쓸 수 있어요. 대신 얘는 길어지죠. 얘는 가까워지죠. 그러니까 얘의 단점이 제 장점이 되고 제 장점이 얘의 단점이 되고, 이걸 어떻게 선택하죠? 이게 보통 이제 한국에서 회사 다닐 때 느꼈던 그런 게 있고요. 또 하나는 도대체 건축물은 프로그램을 어떻게 담을 수 있느냐가 계속 신경이 쓰였는데, 그래서 이게 결정됐다고 했을 때 이게 카페다, 문제가 없어요. 사무실이다, 문제가 없죠. 과연 그러면 우리는 여기서부터 어떻게 출발할 수 있느냐, 이게 되게 처음에 고민이었거든요. 할 수 있어요?
Okay, I'll try my best. So assuming that FAR of the building would be about 400% and the building to land ratio would be about 50%. So the building will likely be around 8 to 10 stories tall, right? So given the long shape of the plot and also its exposure to the roads on both sides, so they were speculating that the design will likely revolve around the central core or the side core configurations. And the problem of these conventional configuration is that they both have distinctive advantages and also disadvantages. A central core offers the advantage of minimizing the length of the shared space, thus maximizing the usable space between each sides. However, this results in private spaces being divided into 2, which tends to suit rental buildings more than the single tenant office buildings. But since it is an office for a single tenant, in contrast, a side core allows for one large continuous private space, but because of the long corridor we have here, it's sometimes difficult for people to manage the programs. So what he was basically trying to say is that the strengths and weakness of both options, the central core and the side core, are essentially very much complementary to each other. So what the central core lacks, the side core offers, and vice versa. So neither solution feels entirely optional, and the real consideration here is whether thisisneverthat a way of operating aligns with the core that we have to choose. 괜찮죠?
괜찮죠? 자, 그러면 그리고 나서 그러면 이 프로젝트를 어떻게 출발시켜 볼까 생각을 했는데, 2018년에서 24년까지 회사의 규모가 약 10배 정도 성장한 이 회사의 이유가 뭘까 얘기를 하면서 재밌는 사실 한 가지를 알게 됐는데, 보통의 회사는 패션에서는 MD라는 곳에서 이게 헤드가 돼가지고 올해 몇 벌 만들어, 몇 벌 디자인해, 몇 벌 생산해를 이렇게 뿌려줘요. 근데 여기는 디자인이 이렇게 돼가지고 나 이번에 이거 디자인 해볼까? 이렇게 보여주고 괜찮은 것 같은데 그러면은 다른 부서에 보내서 목업을 해보고 약간 이런 스타일이에요. 그게 무슨 말이냐면 만나는 일이 너무 많은 거예요. 만나는 미팅. 그래서 그거를 가능하게 할 수 있는 건축은 무엇일까 생각하면서 그냥 아주 간단한 수직 이동하는 거를 생각을 해봤는데 이거를 도른 계단이라고 하고요. 이렇게 돌아서 이거는 도든 계단이라고 해요. 이렇게 해서 복도로 이렇게 이동하는 거. 근데 얘네 둘 다 제 눈에는 똑같이 보이는 게 뭐냐면 몸이 회전하기 때문에 이 회전한다라는 것이 층을 이동하기 싫게 만든다고 생각했어요. 왜냐하면 그냥 가만히 이렇게 했는데 위에 층 올라가고 싶지 않잖아요. 근데 여기는 가고 싶죠. 여기 못 알아듣는구나. 네, sorry. 네, 네, 저는 정민한테.
So we discussed the reason why This Is Never That developed so much in the last 6 years. And the distinctions that we found was that MD never operates first. So whenever you design something at a brand, MD usually pitches in very early, telling the designers what to design, how to brand themselves, and also the quantity of those clothes they have to develop. But what This Is Never That does is that designers comes first, so it's very vice versa, and they design everything from the start, and MD pitches in earlier. And what that means is that they have series of meetings day after day. So this led us to rethink the core entirely, as it occupies a significant portion of the building. Stairs, which are a key element of any core, take up considerable space and are meant to connect floors. But practically speaking, people never feel inclined to use them. So in effect, they often become very underused. So the best we tend to do is we will go on to the next and talk about that here.
그래서 도름 계단과 고등 계단 두 개를 합쳐봤어요. 그러면 계단이 도름 계단 두 개를 이렇게 합치면 이렇게 되거든요. 이렇게 가고 이렇게 가고 그러면 이렇게 가니까 이렇게 가가지고 이게 내려가고 올라가고 내려가고 올라가고 그러니까 무슨 말이냐면은 여기서 한 번에 내려갈 수 있어요. 여기서 한 번에 올라갈 수 있어요.
So what we did was we tried to rethink of the fourth advantages and disadvantages of these two forces and started to merge them together in a way. So it became like this. So what we did was we began to imagine a staircase that could be accessed from both sides. So if you're starting from here, you could go down here. If you're starting from here, you could go down here. So two ways. So we started calling these scissor staircases. So it's composed of two intersecting straight stairways allowing for movement between floors without needing to change directions. We thought that if people didn't have to turn or rotate while navigating between the movement, it would feel more natural. And this part for me, and now I'm speaking for myself here, this was interesting and at least something to think about when we're trying to utilize the stairs. Because this kind of configuration is something very similar to Gund in a way. I mean, if I have no problem going up and down the floors in Gund, right? Like if you come in at the ground floor, it is very easy to go up to the third floor or the fifth floor. In Gund, that is not hard, but whenever I was working at an office building, whenever I have to go to design meetings to like 7 or to like 9 floors, I never wanted to do that, so I always took my elevator. So the distinction here is that you can always see the floors that you want to go. So if you're here, you always have 3 choices of floors. You could see through here, here, and here. And I think that is the distinctions that he was trying to make.
네, 그래서 여기가 코리도어가 되면은 한 층에서 하나, 둘, 세 개로 갈 수 있어요. 편하게. 그게 제가 되게 좋았던 겁니다.
I already explained this slide before.
네.
And I remember Yang Yu saying that he felt so genius when he came out with this idea, and later found that somebody had done before this who was kind of depressed.
그래서 땅 정가운데다 이 계단을 가위 계단이라고 부르기로 했는데 그냥 땅 정가운데 그냥 얘를 먼저 박았어요. 그리고 양쪽에 엘리베이터를 만들고 그냥 복도로 연결시켰어요. 그러니까 뭐 시큐리티는 I don't have idea. 일단 박았어요. 그리고 오피스를 코리도어 양쪽에 붙였어요. 그리고 토일렛, 그다음에 뭐 샤프트, 뭐 알람 밸브 이런 패실리티를 가운데 이렇게 연결시켰어요.
여기까지 할게요. Okay, so going back from here. So now I'm going to explain the design process for the building. So we started by placing the scissor staircase at the middle of the building. So next, elevators are positioned at the end of the staircase connected by wide corridors. On both sides of these corridors, office spaces were arranged. Near the staircases, we put bathrooms and utility spaces for efficiency.
그리고는 이 넓은 복도의 코리도어에 테이블을 놓고 그다음에 데스크, 쉘브스 이렇게 놓고 3m, 그다음에 105m로 이렇게 디바이드 했어요. 유닛이에요. 유닛 105m 유닛, 3m 유닛, 3m 유닛.
Okay, so now that the core is freed from the structures and everything else was very much dispersed. So like elevators here, shafts between here, we have one large space, right? So what they tried to do was trying to make modulars of these spaces. So everything was aligned in 3 meters, 1.5 meters for the efficient use of the people.
그리고는 천장, 실링 플랜도 한번 해본 거죠. 이게 this presentation is my first presentation to my client. Okay? 네. Lights, 스프링클러, 간격이 유닛이 딱 맞았어요.
So this was made sure that the spacing of the lighting and fire systems aligned with the ceiling and also the floor plans. So everything was aligned to 1.5 meters or 3 meters.
확대해서 보면 이렇게 되는 거고요. 그 다음에 이 프로젝트는 아키텍트가 있기도 하지만 인테리어 디자이너도 있거든요. 그리고 그 이후에 클라이언트가 바꿔서 사용해도 돼야 되기 때문에 몇 가지의 플랜이 가능한지 테스트를 해보고 이제 확정을 지으려고 했어요.
So this is the detailed look of the plan, a little bit more enlarged. We tried many of other layouts since there were other interior teams engaging in design, and we actually never talked with them. So they were doing their own thing. We were doing our own things. So this is the layout they came out with.
앞에서 말했던 팀 미팅이 어떤 팀이 어떤 팀하고 연결되는 다이어그램인데요. 실제로 한 개의 팀이 세 개의 팀과 잦은 회의를 하고 수직으로 이동하는 거를 만들어가지고 MD가 제일 회의가 많은데 그걸 이제 가능하게 한 다이어그램인데 이게 재계랑 오버랩을 해보면은 일치해요.
So this is the diagram for the section and also for how the program moves. As we mentioned about the workflow of thisisneverthat, MD is foreverly busy, so they have technical meetings from SIC, which is a sub-brand from thisisneverthat. They have meetings from CS, also plus the productions. And aligning this production from here, they also have a series of meetings from the design as well.
Here.
Thank you. Sorry. So these kind of sections was optimized to support their workflows in a way.
네, 이걸 이제 섹션 다이어그램으로 다 합쳐본 거고요. 아까 말했던 메인 로드, 서브 로드, 그다음에 이제 프로그램, 그리고 엘리베이터, 폴 이렇게 확인을 하는 한 발 한 발 이렇게.
Okay, so if you put those structure systems in the building, it looks like this. So what you see is the sub road here, the main road is the sub road along this. Two elevators coming on the both sides of the building, and also the structure floor and shaft coming at the central part of the building.
네, 사실 이 건물은 오피스만 있는 게 아니고요. 로비하고 여기에 이 브랜드의 샵이 2개의 샵이 들어올 예정으로 계획이 되었고요. 그러면 저층부는 스토어라고 해놨는데 여기는 뭐 커피숍이나 아니면 이벤트로 사용될 공간들이 있었는데 양쪽에 엘리베이터가 있기 때문에 얘네들하고 상관없이 이게 서큘레이션 될 수 있는 장점이 있었어요. 그리고 저층부만 관통하는 엘리베이터가 추가로 되어 있어요. 그래서 이 건물에는 4개의 엘리베이터가 있고요. 가운데 엘리베이터를 통해서 오피스하고 상관없이 운영이 가능합니다.
So program-wise, from the second basement level to the third floor, we have allocated space for neighborhood facilities accessible to the public. To be honest, workers in the office and retail workers doesn't have to intersect very much. So a separate low-rise elevator is placed at the center of the building to serve these facilities independently from the office. So the basement will house dining and event areas, while the ground floor will feature retail stores like Kaki's and thisisneverthat. And office users at the top will have unrestricted access to the entire building by the elevators at both ends, allowing for seamless movement and continuous connectivity throughout the floors.
또 바이어들이 올 때는 그 디스이즈네버댓과 함께 상업시설하고 상관없는 동선으로 이동할 수 있는 다이어그램.
Visitors and external guests will be able to access meeting rooms on the 4th floor, the lounge on the 10th floor, and the rooftop too, all without interfering with the public or office spaces.
앞에 말했던 수직 다이어그램이 있는데 사실 눈치채셨는지 모르겠지만 원래는 여기에 2개의 컬럼이 있었어요. 당연히. 근데 그 our structure manager told me wait 하더니 포텐션 빔을 미음자로 걸면서 there is no column.
So these are series of structural diagrams that we have. You see these 2 elevator shafts at the end, and
네.
I was waiting for you.
so one large open space.
So you didn't even ask to the software engineer to we suggest first, and they check again, and feedback and feedback again. So mainly that is his attention, and that the kind of solution was quite good. That was kind of dream of architects. It is very difficult to solve it.
Maybe only this project construct told me. Maybe.
The construct engineer told him first.
This project
first. But most of cases we suggest first.
그래서 이 두꺼운 뼈대를 만들고 나서 파사드는 아예 갖다가 끼우는 조립하는 형태로 하려고 했거든요. 이게 콘크리트니까 수직이 이렇게 안 자르고 이렇게 오잖아요. 그래서 아예 얘하고 상관없이 이렇게 양면으로 이렇게 갖다 끼우는 거를 디자인했죠.
So since the curtain walls don't align with the post-tension beams, we propose that we prefabricate the curtain walls and put it on a joint like this. So it will be rappelled on these edges here. So this was done along all the floors like this, and boom, yeah. This was how the building was made.
혹시 지루하신가요? 괜찮아요? 그러면 조금 더 자세히 말해도 돼요? 하버드니까. 여기다가 보통은 스팬드럴이라고 해서 한국에서는 막아져 있는 유리인데 유리로 해서 실링이 이렇게 만들어져요. 그러면 공간이 이렇게 감싸지는데요. 이렇게. 근데 얘는 포스트 빔이 이렇게 받치고 있기 때문에 파사드 자체가 이렇게 갖다 꼈을 때 시야가 이렇게 열려야 된다고 생각했어요. 그래서 바깥쪽에 거는데 여기다가 굳이 이렇게 매달지 않고 안으로 해서 받치는 것처럼 만들었고 이쪽에 이제 그림자가 있으면 그렇게 보일 것이라고 상상하면서 작업을 했고요. 포스트 텐션 빔이 여기 있으면 모든 설비는 이쪽으로 집어넣었어요. 스프링클러만 여기 한 줄 들어오고요. 그러니까 아까 있었던 샤프트에서 이렇게 날라오는 거예요. 그러면은 한국에서 지금 하고 있는 전열 교환기 통역 안 해도 그리고 뭐 스프링클러, 그다음에 에어 컨디션 이런 애들이 이제 여기에 다 매달리는 모습을 이따 보여드릴게요. 그래서 친구가 3.6 미러인데 높아 보여요. higher.
Fake message.
아니 리얼 글래스.
So you actually see this.
Yeah. 스프링클러가 보이냐?
그게 중요하지 않다고 생각한 게 1.5m 간격과 3m 간격으로 설비들이 배열되기 시작해요. 창호하고 이렇게 딱 보면 라인이 맞게. 그래서 네, 괜찮아. 보여드려볼게요.
So in the conventional building, what you usually do is you put the curtain walls here, all the facility lines, such as communication lines, electricity, sewage, whatever that goes into these parts. So you would have to put a ceiling under here, and there would be glass spandrel for the view at the exterior. But what we tried to do was, but what we were speculating that since we have this much of volume here, when you see it from this angle to the sky, we would have a grandeur of openness, right? So we just put the curtain walls instead, put all the facilities lines here exposed. And
I love you.
so what you're going to see in the interior space is very much open, unlike the other office buildings.
그래서 이게 실제로 지어진 건물의 도면이고요. 이게 기준층이에요. 그리고 한 번 코어가 변화를 하는데 렌트하는 공간까지 이 샵까지 얘가 들어가면 안 되니까 이쪽으로 넘어오면서 이쪽에 엘리베이터가 생겨요. 다음 층에서 보면. 네. 그래서 저층부는 가운데 엘리베이터와 코어가 묶여 있고요. 고층으로 가서 한번 트위스트해서 여기서 이제 빠바바바박 이렇게 되는 거예요. 1층에서는 이면 도로에서 차량이 접근하고 메인 도로에서 장애인 전용 주차장이 들어오고요. 그래서 기계식으로 주차하고 이렇게 러비를 만들었어요. 작은 복도에 살을 붙여서 요만한 러비를 만들었고 여기하고 여기는 지하에 구멍을 뚫어가지고 빛을 넣었죠.
We are kind of running out of time, so I think it's better if you guys read this from the 푸하하하's website. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, so this is the typical floor for the offices. So 2 offices at the either sides, 1 scissor staircase in between. This is 5th floor. This is where the transitions of staircases happen. Since bottom of the 5th floor is all stores and not offices, we have to somehow regulate the privacy of the office, right? So the scissor staircase are diminished and pushed upon the side. So it looks like this. So elevator shafts, there was one here, comes to the center, and the scissor staircase disappears, and one other staircase is put on the bottom. So this is the ground floor. As you see, there's no scissor staircases here. Some ventilation shaft here. These are open to the basement floors, so they have lights coming in. Some bathrooms here, elevators here, some facilities on the bottom end. You also have a parking lot, electrical parking lot on the top.
이게 좁은 도로 서브 로드에서 본 모습이고요. 이게 아까 말했던 메인 로드, 서브 로드, 엘리베이션. 이거는 공사 중 언더 컨스트럭션. 이게 계단 쪽 stair, post tension beam, slabs. 피니시. 인테리어 피니시 2. 이게 아까 말했던 타입 중에 하나가 있는데 얘가 이제 룸이거든요. 코리안 룸. 근데 이렇게 해도 스프링클러가 더 늘어나지 않아도 돼. 단위를 다 맞춰놨기 때문에 요렇게 4층에서는 요렇게 사용하고 이게 로비의 모습. 로비 끝에서 끝까지 바라보는 모습. 처음에 보여드렸던 언더 컨스트럭션 사진이 얘와 같은 곳이. 잠깐 여기 괜찮아. 그리고 요게 가위 계단의 모습이고 난간 디자인은 스튜디오 COM이라고 하는 인테리어 디자이너가
아니야. Sorry, I'm trying to think about what to say here. So this is the elevator shaft at the ends. This is a shot from these parts. So this is the sub road, that is the main road that supports the subway. Some of the shots from under constructions, as you see, the 2 post-tension beams goes up. Shots of the main staircase. So what you see here is that you see all these facility lines pushed on the both sides of the building. So you only have very linear light on the middle without all those dirty kind of facility lines. So the interior design was done by Studio COM. They did a great job on it. And what was interesting about this layout is that when you're doing interior design with the architectural team, most of the time what happens is that you have to change all these facility lines because it's very much and out. Okay, so oftentimes what happens is that the facility line doesn't align with the plan. So, but since we designed everything to be aligned with the modern plane layout with 3 meters, we didn't have to change any of the plan layouts. So you don't see anything here as well. So this is the main lobby. Also the main lobby. This is a typical floor. Yeah, this is the scissors staircase. Yeah, this is our main image. Thank you. Oh, you're not done yet.
Yeah. How many times can I have? Really? Including Q&A? Okay, I will finish up in 5 minutes. Actually, I didn't, I really, okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a nice dinner. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Actually, I wanna know how does it feel like with another personalities English version. It was very good. Yeah. Actually, this is the office building, and I was to explain about. I intended not to explain too much about this building because the appearance and details is what I concentrated on in. This is the office building for land, especially the land building in all over the world looks almost similar. The biggest window on the street and the very cheapest exteriors and the interior emphasizes as possible as they can, and they hide the core or some service area to behind of the building. To make this building, I think about those kind of the logics of land building for land again. So what I'm meaning is I didn't make the big windows in front of the street, and I placed the stairways just facing to the street. So that means I located the kind of public spaces in front of the street. So yeah, the reason when you think this building is something different from other buildings would be the kind of the genome of this building. Yeah, he has different logic to compared to any other renting buildings. So these windows are empty because those are balconies. In common cases, the interior window comes first, and it is very busy to show up themselves. I think there is very easy way, and I think there is very easy way kill the street at the same time. This kind of exports make people to think about the street. The kind of the exports of interior take people's curiosity very easily. When I show up I speak English very well because there's no time. When I show up something, when I show up everything I have to the public, people do not come there. People do not come there by walk, just to watching, and that is all. And sometimes people take interest of taking picture inside of the building, but it's all. People never visited twice. So I believe the life of building is life of the street and life of the city. So that is kind of my faith. I think people the building have to be like this. So I don't people get this like kind of the catchy prize or what the architect stated before. 건축가들이 선언으로 하던 게 뭐였죠? Statement, more dynamic world. The architects used to say something. They want that become the kind of Bible. Yeah, but I didn't want it. Oh, manifesto. Yeah, I forget it every time. But the case of me, I just wanted to show another case of possibilities. So this picture was taken by the photographers, not architectural photographer, the artist. I confess you, I think this is kind of the statue, this is kind of the sculpture, and this can be a poet again. Because it is the commercial building, I can say it whatever it is. I'm so sick of something sublime or something poetic space that architects intended. especially the Catholic buildings or some kind of memorial something. I don't want those kinds of buildings become got some sublime and that means much more than the building itself. But in commercial building, it can be anything we want because it is commercial. Yeah, it can be used as a commercial purpose. We can say anything. So I think this is another interpretation about the commercial something. Yes, he designed the kind of shop before about 10 years ago. He made a kind of manifesto. Shopping is working these days. I love this kind of manifestos because we have no power to people to obey. Yeah. So anyway, we sometimes make a manifesto only for fun because this world is the world of diversity is now. Before there was world of manifesto before. So now we can say anything. So this is the manifesto building I made at Poet and so whatever. So I made I aimed the clean place and empty place as possible compared to any surrounding buildings. This looks so empty. So fundamentally it is fully fulfill the function, the maximize the areas and maximize the volume it has itself. So after the functions the client wants, I try to do some poetic something in here. So the photographer asked me, do I have to erase this kind of the electronic lines? But this is reality, I think. So he found out the best spot that makes the lines as miserable or as nice in artistic way. There's no plans and there's no more detailed explanations. It's just I want to show you this kind of the details. Yes, I wish it came to people this building like ceramics on street. Yeah, this is the graduate school, so maybe people will understand what these kind of details would be like. Yeah, people ask why you made this kind of circular wall behind the window. That means what is used for? Yeah, if you want to block something after you make a hole. I don't know why. Yes. I think so. The title of this presentation is the lost piece. I sometimes write essays and write novels sometimes. I wish to be a novelist, but I had very bad critics before. So I want to this building get to you in our literal some kind of some poetic way. Yeah. So I'd like to explain about the reason I made the hole and blocked with this circular the kind of this rounded wall. This is kind of the lost piece of my mind. Yeah. Those are the details. Yeah. This is the documentation of building, but at the same time, this is another result of the photographers. So I wish to this building reborn as another work by photographers. So that is why I didn't inserted any kind of the architectural plans. And I wish you guys enjoy it. And of course, in case of these buildings also, the site is surrounded by the many buildings, so window is kind of useless thing. So this is for Sublime too, but also the rights. And this is the circular wall inside of the circular wall. And this is the circular wall from the balconies. I like this kind of a scene that when some people get has some kind of mysterious hole, and when we can look into this hole, how does it feel like? There is kind of small curiosities, and I don't want to say much more than this. If people can this kind of curious or suspicious something inside of the building, especially for commercial building that people can reach very easily from the street, I think this could be something for the street, something for the buildings, and something for the architecture. And I think no one point out these details before I pointed. Yeah, I made the hole and I just pushed every pipes, and I made the plane or water plate. And yeah, this is what we have. This is a presentation about who we are and what we have been. And yeah, those three are the buildings designed by each of us. And at last of the presentation, I found out we are still not changed yet. We love to be funny guys and serious people at the same time. And thank you for listening to.
We understand it's not easy to explain your complicated ideas in architecture in the language that it's not your first language. I would just appreciate that. And so I think the presentation today was demonstrating that we can have seriousness and having fun at the same time throughout the project. So I think so I think we can open it up to the questions and Q&A time, and also Chloe and Jongmin, our PhD students, will help us to this conversation. So let's start.
In my opinion, the architecture scene of Korea is very interesting now. Compared to the architecture or scene architecture field before, the architecture was some kind of architecture was something only some limited architects can deal with it. So there were some only few named architects in Korea before, but now many young architects show up their works very often, from the interiors to the small buildings or to the big buildings. So there are many attempts always works. and people really, I feel like people really take care about those phenomena, and we are one of them. And I think the problem is too much. Young architects have too many freedom to show up everything. There is no kind of restrictions or guidelines, something. So I can see every day very different type of architecture buildings around the street. But I think that is just on the stage, under the stage. To going to another stage, this is the pace we have to be in. So I think that is very in short, I think that is very we are in very interesting terms of architecture kind of we are in very interesting terms now, and but it is too much now.
Thank you so much. It's really refreshing to see such fun in architecture. Oftentimes architects, they're all in black, they're very serious, and it's a way for them to show that they can provide a reliable building. I'm just wondering if you've had experiences of people discrediting your work because you seem to have too much fun, and it seems like you might not work so much on their project, or if on the opposite, it has helped you a lot to find the clients that you want to find. And especially at the beginning, it must have been difficult to have so much fun without much projects to show that you can also build. So yeah, you can just talk about something.
I mentioned about too many free of architects. We were kind of the beginning of it. So what do you think about it?
Just for clear.
Oh, yeah, processing, yeah. And especially the name 푸하하하 means the sound of rapping in Korea, especially when the enemy, boss of enemy at cartoon, before he died, he didn't expect that he's gonna kill. This is the sound. Literally, this is very naive letter. So many people misunderstood about us, and I heard many people hate us because architects do advertisement in Facebook. They look so. Is it gimmick English? Gimmick, yeah, they are gimmick. So I felt many people haters have a bad feeling about us, but I think that was really helpful to us. Easy name to understand, easy name to remember, and people didn't hesitate to meet us. So that is why we began our careers. We have kind of some fame through the interior works. That is why people came to us to give a project as an interior designer. Before, architecture and interior has almost nothing to do.
One more thing. Actually, we are passing through a very hard time. So when we start this studio, just 3 of us, so we can do everything. Because maybe we couldn't earn the money. It doesn't matter at the moment to us. So we can do like that. But now we have 10 steps in the office. So you have to do work. But actually, we have no work now. so we can be here now. So, but anyway, so sometimes we are very hard to select our identity, like the funny thing or the very serious thing. But actually now we have to do serious, I think. From now.
Yeah, he looks so arrogant, but this is the only way he can speak English well. He's both.
We tested a lot. So yeah, so now we are at the, yes, this is we are.
much for the presentation. You guys talk a lot about how you don't like to destroy old buildings. And you also tested a lot of plans to allow for different configurations and interior design of each building. What are your guys' opinions on the lifetime of the building? As in, like, how do these specialized design considerations for a specific program allow for the future adaptability of, because Korea is so small, there's not a lot of land, and you can't really afford to be very specialized. So how do you decide?
There are some special conditions of Korea. There is kind of the long terms of the black period, dark area. Yeah. Many building has built in short period, but most of them are very crude things. So people, I know many people talk about the reservations or preventing the building to kind of before we think about the reservation, I think the function is a building must be established before. So when it works in right way, I think the reservation is meaningful. Aside from the kind of historical building, yeah, some historical buildings contains many stories and rituals. I think they have to be resolved aside from any other reason. But most of buildings are done very long way. So what I want to say is build the building in good way. For example, Europe and some buildings I met in America here, I saw those old buildings stand still since even that have been built over 100 years ago. So I really support in the case. Basically I'm against the demolitions, but every buildings about this course of the life cycle of the building, I think the function must become first.
Actually, when we do our work, even we design the very small cafe. I think we are. I believe and I hope that it could be a permanent there. So actually, I think this attitude is very important to us, because when we design something in Korea, it just gone maybe in 2 years. Actually, we lost a lot of projects already, but we never thought about this is only the 2 years project, so we just do the put on our energy only. It's a small only. I'm sure maybe my English is a little bit, but it's okay. So this attitude is very important to us.
Yeah, I want to point out the conversation we had before. We really hate the flexibilities. People make walls with plasters just in case it could be collapsed. People think about the efficiency only, and people think about just the case what this building will be changed to something in case every buildings every buildings are built in same way and have the almost same design, the rectangulars and plaster walls inside. That means every building can be everything. So we really hate that way. So it's like he told, we design everything as like it will stand forever. Even if I think it might be not work, but at least people have kind of recognition about good things. I think in economically it might not work, but that, I think that is what we have to do.
But I still do not think that good marketing. Medium size project. Size can be constraints in a way, but still can be a base for more innovative ideas. More. Would you like to try a large scale project or more?
First of all, the reason we did many small projects is not we want to.